What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I'm going to talk to you about a story that happened yesterday around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in a place called Lower Makefield Township in Pennsylvania. You know, I talk about domestic abuse on here, and you know how some people lose their mind when they have an idea of abandonment hits them, or just issues that they have within themselves that a lot of times the partner doesn't see. Stories like this are very bad, especially when the people have broken up. You know, somebody's seen the flag in the other person. They say, hey, you know what? It's not going to work. And they want to part ways, but the other person doesn't see it like that. I don't understand why that happens, but it happens just the same. In this story right here, it's about a 19-year-old woman who's unidentified at this time, who had a boyfriend named Trevor Weigel, age 23. She's 19, he's 23 years old. This guy came to her house 3 o'clock in the afternoon and stabbed her to death in broad daylight right in front of her house. Take a look at this story and let's come back and talk about it.
In other news tonight, a 19-year-old girl is dead in Bucks County. Police say she was stabbed by her ex-boyfriend outside of her home. Action News reporter Brianna Smith has the latest on the investigation tonight from Upper Makefield.
Lower Makefield Township police say the man is in the hospital after undergoing surgery for his injuries. Meanwhile, they spent hours at the scene collecting evidence as they tried to determine why he stabbed his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend to death in broad daylight.
It's really sad and really devastating, obviously, that somebody was here and now gone just a couple hours ago. Residents who live in the Brookstone condos are feeling upset and unsettled after their young neighbor was violently killed on Friday.
Great neighborhood. Something like this just terrible.
Lower Makefield Township police responded to a burglary call on the 2500 block of Waterford Road around 3 p.m. That's when they saw 23-year-old Trevor Weigel stabbing his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend outside her home.
The male was seen stabbing the female multiple times. Immediately upon seeing the police, the male fled. Officers gave chase, and other officers remained with the female to render aid. While the officers were chasing the male, they could observe him stabbing himself multiple times in the neck.
Police say officers captured Weigel around the corner close to this fence near I-295 with the help of a taser and a canine.
I just thought it was like a deer. And I was like, oh, this can't be like a real crime scene, until I saw 4 or 5 cop cars and then the tape, and then the reality set in that something must have happened.
Police say Weigel underwent surgery for life-threatening injuries at the hospital. This neighbor says his daughter hung out with the victim a few times, and his heart goes out to the family.
It touches home. I wouldn't know what to do if I came down the street and saw that happen.
It's terrible. It just shouldn't happen. You know, it's sad for the whole family, for everybody.
As police continue to investigate, they're also looking into Weigel's criminal history. Records show he has traffic violations in Bucks County. In Lower Makefield Township, Brianna Smith, Channel 6 Action News.
All right, guys, that's the story of this douchebag, Trevor Weigel. This dude is a simp. I'm going to tell you why I call him a simp. Anybody that comes to a woman's house after she doesn't want to be with him no more and kills her is weak. He is. This dude is weak. 23 years old, been an adult for some time, and don't even know how to reason or resolve a conflict within himself. If the girl don't want to be with you, she's 19 years old, she don't want to be with you, let it be, man. Let it be. I say this all the time. It's like hard for people to walk away. Sometimes it's a bullet you dodge. You don't know what the future holds with you and this chick. People are constantly evolving. Here, you're 23 years old, still in the prime of your life, and you done leveled your whole existence down to a 19-year-old girl. Come on, man. Come on. I always talk about flags, right, guys? I always talk about flags on this channel. And this goes for men and women. There are a lot of flags that you need to watch. I'm sitting up here looking at this thing called Very Well Mind, this website, and it got some very good indicators of if you are entering into or you are in a relationship that could eventually turn violent. Look at some of the stuff they say up here. Like I wrote down 5 things. First thing is mood swings, unpredictable mood swings. People just get mad for nothing. You can say something to them, make a casual joke. All of a sudden they got an attitude. And you're like, where'd that come from? And all of a sudden they're blaming you for something. You didn't even know you offended them. And you're like, yo, you've been around me this whole time. You don't know how I am or how I feel, or, you know, like people get upset quick. That's one trait right there. Mood swings, unpredictableness. Another thing is this: excessive alcohol or substance misuse. A lot of times that deals with depression people have within them that they might not even want to talk to you, their partner, about, because it might make them look weak or something else. Another thing is this, and this is a big one: extreme jealousy or possessiveness. Especially in guys. You my woman. You do what I say. Getting jealous. You could be talking to somebody you know and have distance between you and the person of the opposite sex. And this guy, I come up and be angry and want to fight the guy just from somebody you bumped into that you knew before you met this person. It's uncalled for. You know, general etiquette is to walk up, and if, you know, she knows you somebody important to her, she'll introduce you to this guy. We close a lot of doors in our lives like that. We create a lot of enemies that aren't even on the battlefield. Another thing is this: verbal abuse or threats of violence. I'll smack the shit out you. I'll kick your ass. All this kind of stuff. I'll kill you. James Dunmore type shit. Remember him? Same stuff. They got to scare you to be with them. What kind of man does that, or woman? Because there are women out there nowadays, and I'm going to tell you something. With the rise of female rap and the way they're talking, you're starting to see more women doing what? Crimes that men do. Violent crimes. Crimes with guns. Sticking up people. Robbing them. Pistol whipping men. All kind of stuff. World is changing. Y'all better be ready for it. You know, I'm 51 years old. Well, I'm 50. I'll be 51 on Wednesday, right? If I make it. And I've never thought in a million years I would see what I'm seeing now, where people can't get along in a relationship. Now, domestic violence has been around since the beginning of time, I guess. But I mean, at the height it is now, it's almost, people are complacent. It's almost a normal type thing. Where it says over here, it says extreme sensitivity. This is the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about. Extreme sensitivity to emotional distress. I had a girlfriend one time that fell going up the steps. I thought she was hurt. I was like, oh my God, you okay? When I went to reach out and grab her, she swung at me. Get off me. She gave me a look like she could kill me. Just because she was embarrassed. You know where she went, right? Down the road. I seen that flag. That was an early sign. That's like a dog biting you when you're just playing with it. If I got to tiptoe around you to be myself, then you ain't the one. And you guys should be thinking about that too, because nowadays, giving somebody your heart means them tearing it out if you want to get it back or go your own way. You know, they used to have this expression, 2 ships passing in the night. Nowadays, it's a head-on collision. Just giving somebody a chance at getting to know you can cost you your life. She wasn't even 20 years old. He stabbed her. He butchered her in front of her own house. Broad daylight. Witnesses. Then the police come and grab him. Like, he runs when he sees the police like a bitch. They always do. And while he's running, he know he can't run that fast. He stabs himself in the throat while he's running. I wonder if the police came, was he going to take his own life still? Think about that. You stabbing somebody because you love them. Make it make sense. Then you stab yourself, man. Come on, man. Come on. What kind of world we live in right now? What is really going on? There are so many people that are confused about basic things. It's just an interaction between male and female, and you can't handle that. Y'all wasn't even married. If you can't handle a girl breaking up with you at 19 years old and you 23 years old, how you going to handle real family problems with a wife and all this other stuff. You're not going to always like each other in life. Being together is a commitment that both have to be equally on board with. If one wants to jump the boat, then let her go, or you go. There are other people out here. This guy is trash. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Man, these type of stories, man, they blow my mind. I mean, I've had my heart broken once. I ain't gonna say many times. But I mean, when I was younger, and I know it hurts. And sometimes you don't have another male to talk to, or you don't want to talk to another male because you might make it think you look weak. Bottom line is, we all got tear ducts. Sometimes you need to wash your soul, pick yourself up, and move on. Nothing wrong with that. It's just human nature. Pain is just as much a part of life as joy. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.